while the weirdness was going on, we had a speed flash on the YM. Sorry about that. Hope you guys saw that. See what we got going on the CL here. All right, got a buy on the CL. Finally got filled on that. +5 on the CL. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still amazed at how well we can pick up these, how well these work when we just patiently wait for the right conditions, and then it does exactly what we think it's going to do. Even though I came up with the whole thing, I'm still amazed by it. All right, watching the GC. It opens right about here. I will be selling the GC. It doesn't need divergence because it qualifies for a speed tick setup. Getting some pretty nice confirmation that this resistance is being respected. Okay, I'm short. And +5. All right. So notice the nice big push. We're getting overbought. We slam into a major line of resistance with some confluence of our pullback alert, our ricochet, and our speed tick. We watched as price confirms to us that this resistance was being respected. On the open of the next bar, put on a sell order. And down she goes. Nice job. Did not test that resistance yet, so I can't trade it. Me personally, on my rules, I won't trade that. It opened with divergence. It's a beautiful looking thing, but it's not a trade for me because it didn't confirm by hitting that resistance to tell me that that resistance has value. Now, that being said, now that it's hit, I can trade it on the open of the next bar if it qualifies. Got to open below, like right about where it is now, and I'll short it. Okay? Short. So while we're waiting, this is the trade we took a few minutes ago. We've got an overbought condition, lots of confluence, although on the open of this bar it didn't qualify because it hadn't tested this resistance yet to prove to me that this resistance has value. I'm getting that proof now because price keeps trying to hit it and can't seem to get across it. It may eventually, but right now I'm just waiting for the exhaustion to set in. Now I'm not going to wait very long because we anticipate that when this happens, when this exhaustion sets in, it's going to happen pretty quick. All right, so now I'm going to actually manage this trade because the bar opened on the line, which means there's no more resistance behind it. So I'm going to pull my stop up here. This is how I manage the trade. I don't move my target because it can still go to target. This sideways kind of action we have going here dictates stop management anyway. This is where practice comes in. -2. All right, so if it drops here and goes to +5, are we wrong? Did we do it wrong? Hey, Jack. How do you feel if it drops here? There's really no reason to feel anything because your job is to execute your trade plan. And that's it. That's all you're supposed to do. You don't really care about wins and losses. You need to get to that point in your trading because your job is to execute the plan. And if you did that exactly right, that's all you have to worry about. So you can be right or wrong, but only as it relates to following your rules, executing your trade plan. You can't know, especially now with price going sideways like this, you can't know. You can only make the best decision you can at the time with the information you have. Compare that to your trade plan, your rules, and then make that decision. That's it. That's all you have. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. There is no right or wrong as it relates to what the markets do after the fact. You cannot be right or wrong unless you didn't manage your trade plan correctly or execute your trade plan correctly. So speed tick, I had bought the NQ, the YM didn't qualify. Because it opened on the line. If it had divergence, it would have qualified because I'd have had the low of the day behind it. Plus 5. Sure. Easy. This is our bread and butter right here. This is the trade setup that really launched bunt trading. What are we looking for first to qualify a trade? We're looking for momentum, right? And why? Because momentum cannot be sustained. We know when we start seeing strong momentum, it's about to stop. So you see we have momentum. We see exhaustion setting in because of the oversold condition. Right? And this is, we use the RSI to determine if it's oversold. So this is our OBOS indicator. We slammed into a major line of support and watched as price respected that line. Okay, so price slammed in it and stopped. And then we got, of course, our speed tick during the life of this bar, which tells us that if these other conditions exist, at the open of the next bar is a good place to put a trade on. As long as it opens above this resistance or support. That's as a speed tick trade. If it had opened on the line, I would not have traded it. Why? Because I didn't have major support behind my trade. It has nothing to do with what I think is going to happen. I actually think what's going to happen is exactly what happened over here on the YM. That we're going to get all this beautiful confluence here. This bar is going to open and bam, it's going to go up. That's what I think is going to happen. But what I think doesn't really matter because I have a set of rules that says if you don't have support behind the trade, don't trade it. Now, to qualify that a little bit, I didn't trade this as a speed tick setup because I didn't have major support, only minor support behind it. However, if this bar had opened with divergence, like a flash or a McDiver, or if you're using these other divergent signals, one of these, the CCI seems to come up a lot, then I could go ahead and trade this because the speed tick with divergence works so well, I'll forego major divergence and only use minor. But that didn't happen here, so I had no trade here. But I did have a trade here because of the major support behind it. Watch this NQ. All right, keep your eyes on it. See if you've got, you've got time right now, right? We're watching the GC. We've got time. We know what we're going to do on the open of the next bar if certain conditions exist. Since I'm watching two different instruments, actually three, this is where that OTS indicator comes in really handy. All right, bought the NQ, sold the GC, which is perfect because you really want them going opposite directions. Okay, it's plus 5 on the GC. All right, so we had our pullback. Not really sure that it's going to go a whole lot further. It was a really nice, predictable pullback. I only got to +4. Was waiting for one more. So now I'm at break even. I got my stop at break even. Let's see if we can get it. It's sitting there. It goes. +5. Now, I'm going to say, Vivek and Laura, you managed that with your target, didn't you? Hmm. I'd go practice that one. Why would you do that? See what happened when I managed with my stop? I was up. I actually got my stop to break even, and then it finally went to target for me. So you just gave up. Do you have that written into your trade plan that that's how you manage trades? Or did you do something emotionally? No, it's not stupid. You let your emotions get start to manage the trade for you. So that's just conditioning. You've got to condition yourself away from that. How do you do that? How often do you practice, Laura? Oh, don't even answer. Well, the whole point of practicing is to condition yourself to manage trades properly and not to get anxious and excited. And I very rarely, almost never manage my trade with my target. That feels uncomfortable to me if I ever do that. Nor do I ever hit the just flat and bail out. That would also feel very uncomfortable to me. Keep practicing. You'll get there.
All right, if the next bar opens above like that, you want to buy the CL, which I did. Now, if you're a little more conservative, you might want to give it a little more time to test that support. That one got me. Once again, watching as we're pushing up, we have that. All right, so I did short the YM. Taking a few losers now, but luckily, thanks to our rules, after you have 3 winners, we switch to sim. So we do the net 3 rule here. When you're just visiting, that means if I take 3 winners, 3 net winners or 3 net losers, switch over to sim. And so it's never have any crazy home run days, and you never have any crazy losing days. And there are days where you think you're having a great deal of wins, and then starts working against you. But that was a pretty easy +5 there. So you can see we had a strong push, had great momentum on that. We went from the black bars to the gray bar. White speed tick hit that level at 816. Price opened below. We were overbought. We got our pullback.